Hello everybody, today we're going to explore a massive scam held by a well-known Windows developer that claims he wrote the task manager.
The Windows Task Manager may not be the best code that I've ever written, but it was the best that I could do 30 years ago, and I think it's more than withstood the test of time.
Yes, that story is about the 55-year-old David William Plummer, known online as a wise bearded man behind plenty of things Windows, including product activation, which I thoroughly researched a year ago, so I'll have some things to say. Yesterday I found out a piece of history he prefers not to share with his followers. Dave Plumber ran a scam company that was sued by Washington State in 2006, and he dropped out of Microsoft specifically to run this company. The company was called SoftwareOnline.com Incorporated, and it was created to trick people in a very specific manner. It scared users to install fake security software on their machines, which then delivered additional adware onto them. This is personal in many ways. I have reviewed fake anti-malware since I was a child. I built my legacy around reviewing rogue anti-malware way back in 2017. I couldn't believe my eyes when I learned David Plummer ran a business which revolved around infecting customers' computers.
So as you can see, it has a normal looking setup wizard.
Also, naturally, as one of the few remaining fake antivirus reviewers on YouTube, unfortunately, I have to take a look at this. In this video, we're exploring the fake software Dave Plummer's company helped promote to many users worldwide. Before we begin, I want to talk a little bit more about Dave himself. He's running a YouTube channel called Dave's Garage, where he explores and explains technology. He does other things sometimes, but his channel is mainly technology adjacent. He also runs a Twitter account where he reflects on his glory days at Microsoft. Some claims he made recently were put to question and some of his statements were disproved. It's mostly memories of obsolescence. Some mechanisms he claims remain still to this day have significantly evolved, so it's just kinda wrong. Maybe not in a malicious way, but his remarks require more scrutiny. They're not always correct. That's modern day Dave. Nothing terrible of great magnitude has happened since 2006. He just reflects on his life story as a software engineer. But there's that one thing he doesn't want the public to know. And he's dodging any questions on Twitter regarding the scam part. And I'm here to cover it. All the sources I used in this video are linked in the description below. You judge yourself. SoftwareOnline.com had a website, and the first usable snapshot is from November of 2002. If you try to go earlier, it's gonna hit you with a cross-origin request error, because I think that was a redirect to somewhere else. So, the design looks like it was made in Microsoft front page or something. They claim Software Online has been developing since 1984. And they've been developing and publishing quality software utilities. And the product selection here is pretty questionable. First, we have MemTurbo, which is not a RAM doubler or memory compressor. No, it's not SoftRAM. You can buy that. I should say that must be one of the less controversial utilities on this website, as it has mostly positive feedback from people, but I would say it's more placebo than anything. You can definitely free up the RAM yourself if you wanted, and the rest is done by the kernel. The description here is rather deceiving. The product claims to defragment the RAM, which is bullshit. It makes no sense to defragment the RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. It's designed to jump around and across to read data. It's memory designed for random access. Defragmenting, in case you didn't know, is a process where data, if split into different chunks across the storage, is brought together for faster sequential reading speeds on hard drives. RAM doesn't have that problem with reading random chunks that the hard drives do. So wasting CPU cycles on defragmenting the RAM is counterproductive at best and malicious at worst. So much for that just booted feeling with a single keystroke. Alright, next, NetTurbo. NetTurbo increases your download speeds up to 600%. 7 times the download speed. Oh my god, give me that utility right now. NetTurbo strives to increase your LAN and network performance by optimizing the parameters of the TCP/IP network It's not a protocol, Dave, it's a stack. Alright, so TCP/IP network stack used to communicate on the network. It's just such parameters as the packet size, receive and transmit window sizes, the number and size of buffers used, and numerous other packets, more than any other such utility. Well, it's just a common 90s scam. It just changes the MTU packet size and a couple other parameters. And well, it says it here, but I think people used to fall for it. It just changes a couple of registry values and that's it. That's what it does. And there's Clip Tracker, which I'm not going to pile on because it seems legit, unlike those two above. I think it's the kind of precursor to the Windows clipboard, which is Win plus V on Windows 11. You see how this looks. You can legally call this crapware a scam. It's a matter of social engineering and knowing the right buzzwords, man. Defragmenting physical RAM. These utilities are not helpful. You're better off without them and tweaking the registry or freeing up the RAM yourself. Except maybe Clip Tracker. The rest are, Dave knew what he was doing for sure. By that time, he's a former Microsoft employee with STEM background. He knew what strings to pull to convince unaware people to purchase that. Let's move on to the end of 2005. Software Online has grew quite a bit. The practices became scammier, and Dave mentions in the book there were several million customers. That's an upgrade from 2001, when they held the 1 millionth customer barbecue in his country backyard. So it seems like they scammed quite a few people by that point. His book is pretty helpful in getting his point of view on the scam he ran. He's silent on Twitter about that. Our sales data indicated the demographic for a typical customer was not a technical person like me at all. I wonder why. It's almost as if you targeted people who didn't know better. Yeah, defragment your RAM. Yeah, increase your download speed 7-fold. He sees that as an investment. He was doubling every time, baby, and the satisfaction rate in statistics was well over 99%. I wonder how many of those customers just stopped paying after realizing it's a scam and wanted to do nothing with the business. It probably had a very high customer flow rate. Not for long though, as the Washington state put a full stop to that. So it all culminated in SoftwareOnline.com spreading rogue software. For those of you who don't know, rogue software practically does nothing, but scares you into purchasing it. Most of the time it creates a problem on the computer, and then has the user pay for it to fix that problem it just created. SoftwareOnline.com featured Registry Cleaner on their website. In fact, it's right here under the Current Products section. Registry Cleaner searches for and corrects errors in the Windows Registry database. And if you click that, it downloads the file from, if you can see at the bottom left, adserver.shareware.online.com/adserver/regclean_sy.exe. So that implies Dave also owned the sharewareonline.com domain, and there was an adserver subdomain for that domain. And we're gonna circle back to it later. Let's check the registry cleaner out. And here's the official site of that scam software. www.registryoptimizer.com. It's not even the registry cleaner in the domain, but that's okay. As you can see, Registry Cleaner is a one-click tool to scan, identify, and fix errors in the system registry. Reference files for programs installed on the computer, blah 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 blah. Normal usage of the system and regularly adding and removing programs leave unwanted traces in the registry like marks on a whiteboard. So I really don't see a problem with that, but that's the part when the rogue creates a problem. So Registry Cleaners and IntelliSmart is the solution. That technique scans the 10 odd parts of the registry and identifies the errors which make the system slow, so performing, behave erratically, blah blah blah. So they imply the registry remnants, which are basically like folders. You could make that analogy. The empty registry keys are like new folders on the desktop. They make the system slow, make the system stop performing, make the system behave in a weird way. So yeah, that's that's very questionable. And they have a WinTuneUp as a partner. And they're part of the ShareUp networks, Brothersoft, and whatever else. Also, let's run this on a clean version of Windows XP and see what we get. Here we go, let's go ahead and run it. It's the trial version. Of course, we accept the agreement. Alright, scan for Windows errors. We get a pop-up. Errors in your computer's registry database, if present, could cause reduced performance or system crashes and instability. Registry Cleaner will fix it for us. So let's go ahead and allow it. Oh, remember this guy? Alright, scanning the registry. It's the freshly installed Windows XP. Right out of the box, right out of the obby. Oh, look at that. 42 problems found. Let's see, next step I'll have the option to repair them. Wow, we have a useless file extension. We have an empty key, so many empty keys. We have a file association pointing to the wrong directory. Oh no. So we have 42 problems by default, by just installing Windows. Which is, I mean, that says a lot about the software. So what happens when we fix the problems? Registry Cleaner found 42 errors in your computer, which exceeds the number of errors that this unregistered copy will repair. Man, that's just poetic. So we can only fix 20 errors out of those 42. My trial version fixed that, and we can upgrade. And it leads us to the website sharewareonline.com. I think that was a redirect. I think it was a different subdomain, but that's, regardless of that, that's a rogue. That is a rogue. And it was made in 2005, published by softwareonline.com, aka Dave Plumber. So now we got scammed by the Windows guy, which is kind of sad. We scan again is gonna give us the same results. I assume. I did test it beforehand. Already got 21 problems, already gonna be 22, yeah. That's right. So the counter cannot be reset, we can only fix 20 errors during the lifetime of the trial. Alright, yeah, that's what the Registry Cleaner is about, and I think it, yeah, it scares you into buying it. That's the classic, and I think it keeps itself in the startup. Let's go ahead and restart. Oh, I did not see that before. So it actually, whenever you try to restart, it gives you a warning that there are registry problems in my installed Windows XP. So I have to restart twice. Thank you, Dave. That's really cool. And yep, look at that, it appeared on startup, just as I expected. Now we can continue, scan and fix all errors, or exit. We have an option to not show this information every single time, and we can also exit. So this rogue is pretty intrusive for the 2005 standards. There were several more rogues he took under his wing at Software Online, including Advanced System Optimizer and Internet Shield. There were a couple other programs he distributed through Software Online, but they weren't really rogues. I would call them potentially unwanted programs, or as we call them, PUPs. And there's no realistic scenario I can see he would get sued for distributing a pup. But he flew too close to the sun, and here we go, Internet Shield. So this is quite literally a fake antivirus. Protect your PC against security and privacy exploits. That's the premise behind Internet Shield. Well, the Internet Shield Rogue was definitely the magnum opus of the software online scam. It never appeared on the website, but the landing page, the one you see right here, and the advertising was all done by Dave Plumber and his company. So that's exactly the piece that got Dave Plumber indicted. Here are the court documents, the complaint, and the court order respectively. You can check the Article 5 and 6 of the complaint for more details. You can see the Section 2. In promoting their software products, Registry Cleaner and Internet Shield, defendants offer a free scan, in quotation marks, of the user's computer, and then offer to fix a small number of the problems identified by the scan, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. And misrepresenting the functionality of uninstall option. There are plenty of things here, and I believe they're all on point in the complaint. And in the court order, you can check out the Article 4. There is the punishment for Dave Plumber. Let me just find it real quick. Okay, so somewhere here it says that he must refund every single customer. Yeah, so here's the pay schedule. Yeah, honestly, I don't really want to bother finding this right now. You can check the document out yourself. It's in the description below. So there's the punishment somewhere right here. In his book, he claims it's a laundry list, and he even dropped these two forsaken words during a conference talk. What a saint! Surely he did nothing wrong. And I really don't like the way he covers this situation in his book. He calls it a curious mix of a few genuine concerns and a dozen wild, unsubstantiated claims thrown in for a good measure. Calling the legal violations you admit to a few genuine concerns just doesn't sit right with me, especially with a dozen unsubstantiated claims right next to it. It's as if he's downplaying that to a certain extent. I don't like that. Just be a man. Say, I fucked up, I scammed people, right? Just say it in the book instead of these silly euphemisms. You're a multimillionaire for a reason after all. And just so that he doesn't have a point here, I want to say out loud, there are a couple of accounts that are bogus. For example, something to do with emails. I doubt that ever happened, but it could be collateral damage from all the malware he promoted. So this is absolutely deserved. And reading his book, he just kind of makes himself a victim. I just used to host shareware. People could try programs out. I'm a good person, and I got in legal trouble for a dozen unsubstantiated claims, man. What has world come to? Come on, man. Cut this bullshit. Alright, I'm getting derailed. Let's see what Internet Shield is all about. Alright, let's install the Internet Shield malware. Here we go, the setup wizard, of course the EULA. As you can see, softwareonline.com. And see the same guy. Same old, same old. And we have an immediate scan running. And it's probing for JavaScript attack sites, for spyware download sites, for virus and Trojan download sites, adware sites, homepage hijack site, and oh my god, I cannot say that on YouTube. So let's see what it finds. It's taking a long time. I feel like it's artificially slowed down to look like it's working. Okay, we'll click next. And everything is at risk. My crazy Russian is at risk. Oh no. Oh wait, it's undetermined, never mind. Let's go ahead and protect my computer. And well, the same mantra right here. More exposed websites were detected that can be restricted by the evaluation version of Internet Shield. They will be unrestricted. So I can't even see what sites are about to get restricted, and it just kind of asks me to trust it. I want to test something out. Is this gonna write the list to hosts? Because usually that's what this kind of software does. My WinKey does not work. What the hell? It's not cooperating. So see Windows System 32. I think it's drivers etc hosts. Alright, good. So the host file is clean. You can see you only have the local host entry there. And let's try restrict 20 websites. And again, we have to pay to restrict everything else. So you can either say okay or pay Dave Plumber. Store.sharewareonline.com. You can check this out on Wayback Machine if you want to. We strongly recommend in bold red that you upgrade your version of Internet Shield to safely restrict all 2352 sites in the Internet Shield database. Okay. And we're redirected to the store. Can we... Oh my lord. Oh yeah, that's what it does now. There is like a static JavaScript file that redirects you to somewhere else. Thanks for that response, upgrade server. I'm sure it was successful. Let's check out the hosts again. So we have to run Notepad. Oh, it's not adding anything to hosts. I wonder how it works then. Is it like completely garbage then? Does it do nothing? I mean, it doesn't really have to do anything. It just has to say, hey, trust me, I changed some settings and we good now. So I can probe again. So this is basically a fake antivirus. Actually, let's give this a try. Let's go ahead and restart. Wait, hold on. I want to... Okay, more exposed website. I don't really care. Let's try restarting. Same old, dude. That's the same thing with Registry Cleaner. This is so nasty, dude. Wow, I'm glad he did not get away with this, because every single time you want to shut your computer off, this bitch is gonna pest you and say, hey, please buy me. Alright, we back to the system. Is it on startup? Is it gonna give me the scanner? Okay, it's giving the warning. Until I upgrade, all these crazy Russian sites are unrestricted. And yeah, it gives me the fake scan again. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's pretty much the same thing with Registry Cleaner, or whatever that was. Yeah, it's Registry Cleaner, it's right here. So, yeah. So, before I talk about all this domain mumbo-jumbo, why is it software online, was it shareware online, and what's up with that, let's get the honorable mention out of the way. Software Online also hosted CPU Rocket. It's another pup. And let's see the advertisement for it. Double your computer speed, and it's absolutely 100% free. Complete free. No credit card, nothing to buy, no registration, no sign up, no email. CPU Rocket is an exciting new software accelerator for Microsoft Windows computers. Using our patent pending technology, it can literally double the speed of your favorite applications while your computer is multitasking. It does this by optimizing your processor scheduler. Wow. CPU Rocket also includes RAM tuner technology to silently recover memory leaks from applications to ensure that your favorite programs have access to all the memory they need. Alright, so the premise is that this silly utility without a driver or anything really is better than your kernel scheduler. And it's absolutely 100% free, so let's check this out. So assume I got the CPU rocket executable from the advertisement right there. Let's run it. Welcome to CPU rocket setup. Yeah, blah blah blah, same thing. CPU rocket for free? How? We can provide you this version of CPU rocket for free because it's supported by the Gain network. Gain ads and messages are selected for display based on how you surf the web. They include the Gain name and or logo, so you'll know they're delivered by the Gain network, not by any website. Enjoy your free version of CPU Rocket. Bruh. So it's not 100% absolutely free. It's misleading. It's a scam. So, you're basically selling your data and you're setting yourself up an adware. It's gonna show me ads somewhere at the bottom right or something. But I'm gonna get CPU Rocket for free. Damn, dude, that's a great trade. Can't wait to see what comes next. Start canceling that. Can I exit setup? Oh yeah, that's fine. Didn't test that before. First time I ran this. Okay, let's go ahead and click next. And I must agree to the privacy statement, so Gain network. I accept, and we install and we start the CPU Rocket now. So basically I just installed an adware on my computer to run CPU Rocket for free, and there's no other option. You can't pay for CPU Rocket, and yeah. Go ahead and run it. So, what is this? Oh, that's MemTurbo. That's not CPU Rocket. Oh, that's... like CPU Rocket, then you love MemTurbo. Upgrade to MemTurbo for maximum performance. My guy Dave said on Twitter that MemTurbo was a great utility. And that's I guess that's a stripped down version of MemTurbo. So you install an adware and then you have to upgrade to MemTurbo. That's such a ripoff, dude. Oh my god, it's not even funny. It was made in 2004 by softwareonline.com. Hi, Dave. So as you can see, Dave used his task manager skills to create a process name and window. Wait, isn't that like a direct ripoff from the task manager? Hold on. Oh, I mean, kind of. But it's sort of the same thing, so he just has a stripped version of Task Manager right here inside CPU Rocket. I'm not sure whether it was him that coded CPU Rocket or it was someone else, but it's affiliated with MemTurbo, and Dave on Twitter told me that he was the one who wrote MemTurbo, so I assume CPU Rocket was also his creation. It doesn't really matter, so the point is I got adware on my computer by installing CPU Rocket, and he claimed it was 100% free. Back to the video. Regarding the domains Dave owned, he definitely owned softwareonline.com. It's apparent because he was a defendant in the court case against softwareonline.com. Next, sharewareonline.com was the driver domain for Dave to spread malware and advertisements. And it's pretty easy to tell he owned it as well, because they're entirely intertwined together. I think it's reasonable to assume, considering Software Online, owned by Dave, has Shareware Online in the title. Why am I explaining this? It's obvious. Shareware Online had plenty of subdomains, including the ad server, plenty of URLs here, 866 in fact, they're all saved in Wayback Machine, and his personal one called Plummer, I think. Yeah, there you go. He also posted this on Twitter, so this is an additional confirmation that he owns sharewareonline.com, if it isn't apparent enough. There's also, I think there's like a statistic sheet somewhere, yeah? McAfee X. I don't know what this is all about, but this might be a revenue sheet. I don't know. Didn't research that. Then he also owned certifiedsafedownloads.com. I really love the domain name. I wish I had it. Yeah, man, I'm downloading from certifiedsafedownloads.com and you can't stop me. Okay, so most of 2005, it's a plain redirect to softwareonline.com. See it in action. No, actually, it's at 302, but this doesn't really matter. Softwareonline.com. I really don't know why he purchased it, but it's probably part of social engineering efforts. People were gullible back then. This might not be an exhaustive list of domains, but that's what I managed to find. The felony was primarily happening on adserver.sharewareonline.com. There are plenty of URLs and lots of scammy ads. There are even executables. Reg clean, CPU rocket, lashback, whatever that is. That's another scam software he hosted on Shareware Online. SOREF, I don't know what that is. Probably another acronym. And I'm happy to announce Dave Plummer has blocked me on Twitter for talking about his past and trying to make him respond to what we thought of as allegations. Quick correction, it was happening while I was editing the video. He actually unblocked me after I posted about it on Twitter. It's pretty clear now he doesn't want any of this public, he wants the dust to settle, and he hopes everybody forgets this again. And no, that's not happening. That's why I made this public. I believe people should know that dark blur in his post-Microsoft history. Again, you should do your own research. All the sources are in the description. I'm not a judge. I'm just a malware reviewer and a software engineer that was as surprised as you to learn who Dave is. This is not personal. I don't have hard feelings towards Dave, but it does not look good for him. Scamming grandmas online and making a fortune from that is a terrible legacy to have. But it isn't fair to hide that. It's not fair to whitewash yourself in your own book. You made millions by scamming people. That's morally wrong. Other developers at Microsoft have been coming forward recently, and some actually directly contacted me talking about Dave Plummer as a person. That's mainly on ycombinator.com on Hacker News. And it's all public and all in the description below. Big thanks to everyone who supported the research and therefore this documentary. Namely NapHacks, Adam, also known as Curb, the creator of Legacy Update, The Tank 20, Bob Pony. Thanks to everyone online for sharing their experience with Dave. And also thanks to Tim Misyak for making this public on Twitter initially. That's how I learned about the lawsuit. I'm no CoffeeZilla. The documentary style is something alien to me, but I tried my best to be concise and informative. I'm done with this now, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere. I'm leaving Dave Plummer alone, and hopefully there is no hard feelings between each one of us. And if you want to research this further, you're more than welcome to contact me on Twitter or via email. Thank you for watching, stay safe online, and take care.